Lovely.
I feel like I feel like we need like an intro sentence, like a ba 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 of some sort for Think Fresh podcast because we always just make weird grunts and moans as those are kind of our producer tags as we enter the episode.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we supposed to do? You know what I mean?
I
We
don't know.
can't cut right into the sauce. We need
That's a
to
good
like,
point.
I don't know, assert our existence and then kind of like get into it, right?
Yeah, we need some cheese, a little bit of cheesy sound effects.
Dude, the listeners won't know this, but the way the pillow behind me is like perfectly lined up with your pillow. I need to take a
Oh
screenshot.
yeah, Eric and I are recording remotely. Wow, it looks like we're in the same room right now. The way that these two frames intersect. This is incredible.
Perfect.
Huh. Damn.
Yeah, it'd be like that, you know?
I feel like we're in the metaverse right now.
Hmm.
Just two guys on two couches in two different rooms, yet our voices are together.
Truly, truly special. That,
It's
you
like
know,
this
the
quote I saw. I read this quote the other day. It said, "Between two bodies is an invisible third body." Think about that.
like a body of air.
It could be
Or
a body of air, like just energy.
I'm not really following. So, like, what's between us exactly right now?
Well, between us right now, we have a few MacBooks and like an Ethernet connection. But in most physical situations where you are addressing another human, the third body between you is the energy that manifests between those two bodies, or maybe it's just air. Or like think about it from in the context of something you understand intimately, Eric, which is Subway sandwiches. You are a body. Your sandwich artist is a body. In between you is an invisible third body, and I think that is the swirling act of creation and dialogue as you rapidly back and forth, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, this figure out what the ideal sandwich should be.
Yeah, there is an invisible element between us, and that's called the sneeze guard tie. Okay, it's there to actually create a division between me and the artist because
Mm.
I could, get handsy with both the vegetables and with the artist if they decide to fuck with my lunch.
Ooh. So there's a few you could take handsy a few different ways. Could be positive or negative.
How can you be well, okay, depends. Both are subjective. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I punch the sandwich artist, is that negative or is that positive? That's a positive force being impacted on his skull.
Mm-hmm. Positive for you, negative for them.
I guess
It's
so,
like
yeah.
for each emotion, there's an equal and contradictory emotion. Wow, I'm feeling so
Whoa.
philosophical today. I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I actually just watched the Einstein documentary, or it was like a dramatized documentary about Einstein leading up to World War II. Did you watch that?
Mm. No, I didn't, but I'm curious if Einstein was. I have a feeling he was a bit of a perv. I don't know for sure though.
Well, okay, I don't doubt that whatsoever. He probably was into some weird, like, I don't know, like let's just say he was looking to split some atoms. He was looking to split some atoms, but I don't know. In the movie, they don't really show that side of him. They show the pensive, regretful side of him.
Hmm.
After the war, he was regretting opening up Pandora's box, much like I feel when
Right.
I, go walk into Subway and order a sandwich. That's opening Pandora's box as well.
I guess so. So he's kind of following a similar life arc of Mr. Oppenheimer.
Yeah, look, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. See, I thought always Einstein's kind of weird vibe was because he like stuck a fork in a power outlet or something. Like his hair, he looks like he got zapped. He kind of acts like it too.
100%. What's with like really smart people having their hair go absolutely bonkers? Like it's like they're constantly being charged or something, and their like
Hmm.
hair is just everything comes out of their head. You know what I mean? It exudes knowledge.
Yeah, totally. It is weird. And it actually is a visual cue when I meet people. Like last weekend, I was at a wine bar and my server, he looked like he just got struck by lightning, and he was kind of talking like it too. Like he kept trailing off and losing his thought, and all he wanted to do was talk about jazz music. Like he just kept going on and on about his love of jazz music because there was some playing. We got on the topic, and I walked away thinking like, man, that guy's absolutely been electrocuted at some point.
Mhm.
Like you just know, like post electrocution, you don't go back. You can never be
Uh,
the same.
you know what? You're actually probably right about this because there is such thing as shockwave therapy where you can
Mm,
like target a muscle with shockwaves to like heal it, right? I'm
hmm.
sure the same thing probably exists with the brain. There must be. Like there just has to be. And if you think about it, like if you stick your finger in a socket, you're kind of electrocuting your entire body and you're probably just hitting like a hard reset on some parts of your brain.
Right. Turn it, you unplug it and then plug it back in.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
power
makes
goes
sense. It's
out
like,
for a nanosecond, you know?
right. It's like every time I go on vacation, I come home and I have to reset the clock on my oven.
Yeah, it's like what happened while I was gone.
Yeah, what happened here? Why is everything in my freezer melted?
Mhm. I've just perpetually left the microwave clock off because this is a great feature of my microwave tie. If the power goes out, the clock just disappears. Like it doesn't show the wrong time, it just goes
Mm,
away. So you can
mm.
choose to never put it back, which is what I've opted to do.
Dude, that is a fantastic feature. That's way better than living in like the chaotic neutral category of just letting it blink a random time.
Yeah, exactly. Like having it be like 8.5 hours off is like does nobody any favors.
No.
Nor does having like 8 clocks in the house. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I only need to have my phone.
Yeah, we don't need to know what time it is that badly.
No,
We're not slaves to time here at Think Fresh Podcast. We can go on mic all day. Do you think
that's
a
right.
sandwich artist spends too much time near the toaster? Like, do you think there's some sort of like a long tenure artist is kind of just getting zapped a little bit every single day by being in the peripheral blast zone of the toaster oven?
It's entirely possible because think about how much like electricity is used to power that thing. Like you're going from raw to toasted in 20 seconds. Like that thing is
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Sub 20, dude. Yeah, that thing's like a McLaren. Now,
Yeah.
I've heard that if I keep my iPhone 15 Pro in my pocket, that my sperm count will significantly reduce. So, do you think
Hmm.
there's any risk to our male artists if they are present in that toaster, the
Well,
toaster waves?
I don't know, Ty. I really am not qualified to answer this, but if I were to guess, I would say no because the toaster doesn't have Bluetooth 6.
Yeah, you're right. They're not. It's it's not on 6G.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like you said, Ty, we don't follow time because time is relative, just like Einstein said. So when I'm recording with you, time is zipping by.
Hmm.
It's truly incredible.
It is zipping.
Zip, zip.
Man, zip zip. So I was trying to do some field research for us, Eric, for this episode. And you and I are pretty disassociated with the cultural discourse surrounding Subway. We're not really paying attention to what other people have to say because why would we? We are the kind of spearhead figure of the public's perspective on the way. You'd agree with that, I would think, but which is really ironic given that we never really engage the audience. Like we never really it's not a two-way. It's not like ordering a sandwich, which is a two-way dialogue. This is a one-to-many. It's type sitch.
Exactly. This is a megaphone and you're not allowed to talk back.
Hmm. So I was feeling humble and I did a little bit of research on what people are saying online. I found myself on Subway's Facebook page. This is Subway Canada. And I was scrolling through some of the commentary being left on their posts, and I just wanted to share with you some of the things I discovered.
Okay.
Okay. You're getting a lot of the usual commentary on a post, which will be like Harrison says, like if you want the OG sweet onion sauce and hot sauce is back. No likes. It's been 4 weeks since that comment.
No
Everyone
likes.
likes the new
Wow.
one.
Is that
Yeah.
a proper poll, you think? Like, is there can we like disprove this scientifically?
I don't know.
Because
I
like think about it, like how many impressions is that comment getting? And what is the demographic of people who even know what he's talking about or are on this page whatsoever, right? Like
Mhm.
this isn't a Twitter poll, this is a Facebook comment poll, very different audience.
Yeah, dude, the dude is surveying a I don't know who in a comment on a post on a Facebook timeline by a fast food brand. Like,
Yeah. And
so niche.
It's the Canadian offshoot
Mhm.
account.
It's not
It's
even the
not even
blue chip one.
the blue chip. Exactly.
So,
Damn.
I don't really know what this guy's hoping to get out of this comment. Like, what type of numbers is he predicting when he makes this comment? Like if you want the OG sweet onion back. Like,
Mhm.
is he thinking like, shit, this is gonna blow up. This is gonna get like more likes than what was that most popular Instagram post of all time? Like a potato, like
Oh yeah.
like a block of butter or something.
Yeah, you're right. It was something
A
stupid.
duck. Was it a
Yeah,
duck? I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So surely, maybe I should throw him a like. Actually, someone deserves. Not even Subway replied to this message, and they replied to most.
I think we should get in there and try to ratio him.
I think so too. Start some real discourse.
hmm We just need one like to win, so it's all good.
Yeah. Okay, a few other things here. Joel, who has a top fan label next to his name, says Subway
Oh,
sucks. That's ironic. Um, Dave says
top
apparently
hater.
Sub. Yeah, right. Dave apparent says that apparently Subway has discontinued roast beef? Question mark. What kind of sandwich shop doesn't have roast beef? Question mark. That was one of the healthier choices. What a hot take from Dave.
Roast
Uh,
beef being the healthier choice is concerning to say the least. I don't know. Just
dude,
don't eat there.
I don't know where he got that idea from. Like, if I had to rank just based off of how it looks in the buckets, roast beef
hmm
is near the bottom of the list. Like that shit looks like it's been mutilated. It looks like mutilated human body parts.
You know what I've realized? Ty? I think there's a correlation between like the wetness of the ingredient and how appetizing it looks at Subway. Like, I can never like I respect you a lot for ordering the marinara, but it's one of the things where it's like I can't look at it for too long because if I do, I will skip it entirely. You know what I mean?
hmm
Especially like the crusty edges. Um, same thing
hmm
with the tuna. You know, the avo. The wetter it is, the more I'm like, maybe I just don't need that. You know?
Yeah. So the with that in mind, like the ideal sandwich, like a nice perky, tight, dry sandwich is what we're looking for, right? And then that's why I think the sauce at the end is such a like perverse and craveable moment because you're like, you want a little bit of the wet, but you kind of want to control how much. You don't want it too early. You
hmm
don't want sog. There's a difference between sauce and sog.
100%. And there's an illusion that the sauce bottle will protect it from any invasive species. You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah, it's protected wetlands.
hmm Speaking of invasive, not invasive feces, invasive species, I had to make a salad last night. I had to. And
Damn, the Call of
I,
Duty.
yeah, I was called upon to make a salad for a dinner activation. And I had to chop up some romaine lettuce because I was going to make it my signature Caesar,
Mm.
not tableside, but pre-prepped. And I had to really carefully inspect the lettuce because of how traumatized I am at Subway and like this podcast. Like just
Mm.
knowing that there might be a bug in there, I inspected every single individual leaf. Do you do this now, or is it just me?
No, I've been very precautious. And it's not just because of Subway, like all this like farm to table whole greens. Like I found slugs before. They're
Oh
there.
shit!
They're hidden in plain
Damn,
sight.
damn, not the slug, not the protein booster from Sweet Green.
Mm. Yeah, you got to be. You can never be too cautious though, because you want to catch that worm before it hits the plate. Like in the kitchen, in the sink, it's okay. It's shocking, but it's not a meal breaker, not a deal breaker or a
hmm
meal breaker.
Yeah, if you catch it post or pre-wash, then you're good. Like all you gotta do is just wash the salad and maybe scrub that
hmm
one leaf or just toss the leaf. Fuck it, and you're
Yeah.
good to go.
But if you don't catch it, then you can't. I can't even trust myself then with the rest of the ingredients. I'm not. I am no longer qualified to be serving this salad.
And you're no longer qualified to judge a sandwich artist. Like,
No,
you can never complain about food again if you've sabotaged your own food.
dude. If I played a slug, we're canceling this podcast. I'm no longer qualified.
We can no longer talk about Subway.
Yeah. So you have a signature Caesar. I also have a Sig C's. I'm curious what makes yours uniquely yours.
Well, let's see. I can't say for a fact that it is uniquely mine. However, I'll stick to the same ingredients every single time, which is olive oil, salt and pepper, lemon juice, a teaspoon of Dijon, and lots of chopped garlic.
Mm,
That's
sounds
it.
pretty good to me. That's
Yeah, it's
very
kind of like a
similar to what.
Mediterranean Caesar.
Yeah, yeah. The oil base is very authentic. I like to cream mine up though, so I put a little splotch of Greek yogurt in there, and then a little bit more
Oh yeah.
savory with a little bit of soy sauce as well. I think that's a fun twist.
Oh, soy sauce. Wow.
Just
You'll have to
trust me
cook
on
that
it.
up for me. Yeah, you'll have to. I don't trust myself to make it, so you'll have to do that. But let's not forget the Parmigiano.
Oh, of course, of course.
Hmm.
Although I haven't had Parmesan in my house for a few weeks, and I've been eating a lot of Caesar salads, and I've got around it by making just treating nuts like Parmesan. Like I toast
What?
some almonds. If you toast some almonds and then blend them up with some nutritional yeast, it kind of tastes like Parmesan. So I just keep doing that to get by. And I don't
I
know,
see.
it's like 60% what Parmesan is, which is more than I thought it would be.
hmm I think my goal with parm is to get a big block of it and then shave it ever so finely over top of my salad, almost like a
Mm,
really beautiful snowfall. Like I want
mhm,
it to look like the first morning it snows. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Just glistening on top of my Caesar salad. That's how I know I've really hit the mark.
Yeah, I love that too. You can't there's not a green leaf in sight.
Just a
Mhm,
beautiful dusting of snow.
mhm. And then as you
I
spring
don't-
into that salad, it feels like spring has sprung as the green
oh,
comes from underneath.
beautifully said. You could be a copywriter for a menu. Spring has sprung with the latest spring salad.
Damn, yeah.
Wow.
Dare a copywriter to beat that line.
Yeah. Ty, I didn't mean to derail us from our conversation, but let's go back to Facebook real quick. Let's log back in, and I want you to finish your story because I think you were kind of bring something up that I want to hear.
I was leading up to something, absolutely. I was going to go through a few more complaints about Subway, but I'm just going to cut to the cheese here. Something I was noticing across the thread is numerous people from numerous accounts all making the same complaint. And that complaint is, Eric, and I can't believe this, that that Subway got rid of the mustard.
What?
I know. So let me read some of these first-hand comments for you. Jeremy said, "So Subway discontinued use of mustards in restaurants? I told you guys don't. I see you guys don't use it anymore." And then Alyssa said, "Just was it at Subway? First you got rid of honey oat bread, but now mustard? What kind of sub shop stops carrying mustard?" Susan said, "All of the Subway locations have discontinued mustard." And then we got even more. Greg leaves a hashtag no mustard, nothing to buy. You have lost my business until the mustard returns.
Oh
Dude,
wow.
what is going on here?
Yeah, this is really concerning, Ty. And I'm doing my due diligence here. I'm looking up the Subway.com. Oh fuck! I'm on the Australian side, of course. Give me a second here. We're going back to
Okay,
Canada.
I never get the mustard. I find it's too like it's like level one loot at Subway. Like you can get there's more interesting specialty sauces, so I avoid it. But I didn't think that they would get rid of it. Does everybody avoid it? Like, has everyone got this? Are we all like unique, free thinking individuals that do the same thing?
I don't know, Ty. This could be a case of the Mandela effect. Okay. We've all collectively collectively we've just believed that there was mustard because obviously there should be mustard on the menu. But maybe
Yeah.
it was never there.
Maybe you're right. I don't think I've ever put the mustard on my sandwich, but people talk about it like it's there. Like I'll ask someone about their sandwich and they'll say they add
Yeah.
mustard, but are they just maybe they're just yeah, like imagining it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it exists in our collective memory,
Mhm.
but that doesn't prove that it was there, you know? Like
Yeah, the
I'm fairly certain that I've ordered it in the past because I would. Like I would totally order that.
mhm.
But, when I was scanning the sauce selection last time we went on last Friday, I couldn't really pick a sauce and I didn't know why. You know what I mean? I was kind
Huh.
of just like looking at the sauce and I was like, I guess I'll get the sweet onion or the teriyaki or whatever. And I just like kind of left it at that because I was like, let's keep it moving. But yeah, the mustard is always a go-to for me. And I don't remember the last time I had it. So I guess it was
Mhm.
never there.
Dude, memory is a poet, not a historian.
Brilliantly said.
Mm. So it's okay. One theory, an emerging theory, is that it never existed in the first place. An alternative theory that's likely like more possible is that Subway has recently and very secretively swept the mustard under the the fake bricks,
Wow.
under the buckets. It's gone. It's been assassinated.
It's possible as well. Thinking about the Subway series, like that would have been kind of when it happened, right? All the
Mhm.
sandwiches are now pre-made, not pre-made, but like pre-designed. And mustard is kind of controversial. Like it's not really like a crowd pleaser. It's more of a polarizing sauce choice. So
Mhm.
rather than include that by default on any of the sandwiches, they're probably like, okay, let's leave it out to appeal to more people. And then they said, well, some hot shot up in corporate was like, if it's not in any of the sandwiches, why do we have it? Why am I
Mhm.
reordering the mustard? We're losing money on the mustard. So maybe they just dropped it at that point.
Yeah, that's possible. I That makes the most sense, Eric, is during the series restructuring, we'll call it the reorg,
Hmm.
Mustard
Damn.
got laid off.
Yeah, sorry, mustard. There was a departmental shift out of our hands.
It would make sense if they discontinued it, honestly, because I think mustard, that like there's like a very classic graph shape, which is like on either end of the spectrum, you're at like 0, and then in the middle, you're at 100. So you create this kind of like hump, kind of like a
Hmm.
little
Classic
sine
bell
wave,
curve.
a classic bell curve. Thank you. The words escape me. So mustard is the bell curve or it's almost an inverse bell curve where the people that order mustard the most and the people that appreciate mustard the most are the people who have no taste whatsoever. And then you're like extremely radicalized food critic, On either end of the spectrums, there's an incredible appreciation for mustard. As soon as you get into the middle ground, that's where the controversy it starts to strike. People don't know what side like where they should fall in like the pro con mustard argument. So I think
Hmm.
most people actually start to lean more anti mustard until they rediscover their taste buds and like kind of find that higher ground.
Hmm. Yeah, this is a fascinating topic, Ty. I'm not really sure what the answer is here. Oh man, I mean, how do you land on mustard? Are you a mustard man?
Yeah, dude. I'm I'm mustarded. I will participate. I will put squirt a little bit on a dog, on a sandwich. I don't I obviously love a Dijon better than like a yellow, but I won't. I'll do either. No hate here.
Yeah,
I
there's
like it in
something
light. I like a little light.
that's good. There is a twisted satisfaction, Ty, with the yellow mustard, like the unapologetically, GM mode, unhealthy yellow mustard that is like designed to be bright and vibrant. Like
Mhm.
there's something kind of like twisted and interesting about that one, don't you say?
Yeah, I wonder if mustard companies like trademark their particular like Pantone swatch for their mustard because it's a
Hmm.
pretty iconic color. Like sometimes you'll get like a mustard colored object, but
Totally.
whose mustard is that tone? Eric pulls up a yellow pillow as I say that.
Anyways, yeah. Okay, if we can rank the mustards, how do we feel about seeds? Do you like a
I love
seedy
me a
mustard?
seed. Oh hell yeah, I like a seedy mustard. Dude, I love
Okay,
the
good.
text. I like the mouth feel. You know, it's like Pop Rocks for adults.
Yeah, totally. It's like eating what's that like salmon roe you can get on like sushi. It's like that, but like German version.
Mm.
It's the
Hmm.
other Axis country.
You know, Eric, mustard is interesting, but not as interesting as this news story coming out of Columbus, Ohio this week. A woman is out
Oh wow.
$1,000, and it's all thanks to Subway sandwich.
Didn't I report on
$1,000.
this like a while back?
I don't think so. Oh, we did have 3 months ago. A woman was charged. She accidentally tipped $7,000. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
So
thinking of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, tell me how
yeah,
this wench lost the grand.
yeah. So yeah, she made a few prop bets on what her sandwich would shape up to be. No, that's not actually what happened, but that'd be a better story.
Dude, she hit the
She
lettuce parlay. She was like,
yeah.
fuck, dude.
She ordered 3 subs for her and her family,
Wait, is it a
and
parlay tie or is it a parsley?
a dude, the 3 sandwich parlay is a crazy move on one artist. Let me tell you. Like having them like juggle 3 sandwiches at once when you're just like rapid firing decisions around the veggies, like you're like
Hmm.
conducting a symphony of sandwiches is
Absolutely. Yeah, I
you
dream
put
about going full whiplash on my sandwich artist and just like screaming in their face, then slapping them when they get it wrong. That could be a fun move to see who's the best artist in town.
dude, all you want to do is get handsy with your artist, hey?
I have this urge this episode to abuse my artist physically. I don't know
Hmm.
why.
I don't know, dude. I'm a little nervous to take you to Subway now. I feel like you're gonna jump the sneeze guard.
I'm just amped up because I'm going to a rugby game later, and I'm just thinking about how I need to be on, my P's and Q's later. I got to be ready to fight some drunk South African.
Yeah, dude. I feel like every rugby team has at least 5 redheads on it. Like you're gonna see a lot of redheaded people if you go to a rugby game.
Yeah, totally. I need to activate my redhead group and make sure we're ready to fight.
Yeah, dude. Get your best crew together, your biggest, strongest redhead friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so back to the story though. This woman, she orders the sandwiches, she pays. For some reason, they charge her $1,000 for one of the 3 subs, presumably a misspelling in the system. And somehow she doesn't notice right away. She just taps the Amex and walks out. She gets to her car, she looks down at the receipt, and then she realizes what had happened. And then she
Hmm.
goes back into the subway and there's nobody there. It's closed. They just closed early and everybody left.
Oh wow, they hit a lick and they're like, "Let's get in the getaway car."
Yeah, dude, they literally made a getaway. And I don't understand this because it's like, it's not like they can
Wow.
steal the money from Visa. So, like, it's in the air. The money's in the air. You can't steal
Hmm.
invisible digital money. So I don't
Yeah,
really
they,
know.
they need to liquefy the entire virtual cash register now. You know.
Yeah, dude, they'll have a little better luck flipping the guacamole because avocados are a
Hmm.
tangible store of value for at least 48 hours.
Hmm. Yeah. What the fuck?
So she goes back to the subway the following day, and there's somebody there. There's a person working there now, and she tells them what happened. And they said, No can do. We can't help you about this. We can't give
Hmm.
you $1,000 because you just brought this receipt in.
Hmm.
So now she is trying to contact HQ. They're not willing to honor the money. So she's talking to the Better Business Brew. She's trying to figure it out. No one seems to want to give her the $1,000 back. Subway just took the money and ran.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
messed up, man. And this is honestly expected Subway behavior. You know what I mean? You get typical like minimum wage employees working at Subway being like, dude, I don't fucking know. It's not my, I wasn't working that day. I don't care. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and it's the business is way too big for any one employee to give a shit. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you're set up to be disappointed, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude. The only way you're getting the money back is if you walk in that Subway with your rugby goons and start throwing down some threats.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanna
Wow.
I wanna show you the photo of the Subway in which this entire thing unfolded, Eric.
Oh
Now, this
no,
was a
don't tell me.
Subway. It was
Don't
in
tell me this is a
Columbus.
Fugazi Subway.
Not close. It's in a gas station, and I don't think it's good for
Wow.
the Subway brand to put them in gas stations. But the I just need you to look at this photo and try to describe to the listeners what we're actually looking at here.
What the fuck? Wow. So, holy
This is
shit.
the
Okay,
weirdest Subway I've ever seen.
this looks like someone clone stamped a Subway into a gas station. Like it doesn't look like it belongs whatsoever. Basically, what I'm looking at here is a gas station, and one of the walls has a miniature Subway. This is like the same size as the YVR Subway. You know what I mean? It's just like a
Mhm.
scaled
Yeah.
down version. Looks like they got
Yeah, dude.
like a very small cash register area, small meats and small veggies section. I don't even know how you can fit all the ingredients in here, but this is pretty insane.
It's so small, it kinda feels like an easy bake Subway, like a toy Subway. It's like 3 Slurpee machines wide.
Totally. It's like a real hole in the wall.
Yeah, literally, they just bashed a hole in the wall and stuck a Subway in it. This is
Hmm.
crazy.
And it looks like they even were able to replicate the brick wall, but they weren't able to go as far enough to put the tiles down.
Mhm. Yeah, they almost made it a simulation within this hole in the wall. What's really interesting about this Subway, Eric, that feels odd, is there's no menu. It's so small, they didn't have space for a menu. So I think this is kind of an ad lib Subway. Or maybe,
Hmm.
actually, it's all coming together now. The sandwich cost $1,000 to begin with. She just couldn't check the price because there was no menu.
Oh no! So it's her
She got
fault.
the
The customer's
yeah,
wrong.
dude. Could I get a little bit of parm and some gold flake on that?
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they've intentionally tried to scam her by not displaying any prices. Everything's just
Mhm.
market price at the Subway, or they simply were returning to form. You know what I mean? They were like, "Fuck it, we're going rogue. We don't like the new Subway series. We're gonna keep it OG, and you need to come up with the ingredients."
Mhm. Yeah, dude, you can just walk across the gas station to their, like, their loose snacks and grab some pretzels to put on there or some taquitos or something.
Mhm.
Little a taquito in the footlong would go crazy.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't see a single logo here, so it's possible that this is a sandwich shop independent from Subway, and they've simply purchased the same bell pepper SVG to put on the front.
Yeah, dude, you're absolutely right. There's actually no Subway specific branding. So this woman, she could have just fallen for a ScamWay.
Yeah, this bitch is at Jimmy John's.
She's definitely not at Subway. Like, honestly, like, read the room. You're in a gas station. Like, and you're like in the apparel section of a gas station. You're not even the food section. Like, you can touch a scarf and some mittens while you're
Wow.
in the bread section.
Wow. This is truly American capitalism right here. Like
Hmm.
American industrial, like, I don't know, consumerism. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. You can order a sandwich, you can get a big gulp, you can get a toque, and fill up your F 150 all in the same place. Like,
It's
this is the
incredible.
third place that we've been looking for.
Yes, this is what Biden wants. I
Hmm.
just wonder though, Eric. It makes me. It begs the question: where are they going to try to shove a Subway next? Where's the next place you're going to walk into or walk by, and you're going to be like, "Whoa! I can't believe they put a Subway there."
I think a movie theater would be interesting.
Mm, that's a
I
good
need like
answer.
proper food in the theater, which is kind of a lost art Yeah, I mean, most places
Mhm.
don't really serve food anymore. You can kind of get like a hot dog or whatever, but back in the day, there was like a New York fries pop up in the theater. Do you remember those days? And you
Wow,
could
those were the
like
days.
get a large poutine for your showing of Transformers One.
Yeah, it didn't always used to be just popcorn and M&Ms. You could have the ahi tuna burger
Yeah,
with some yam
totally,
fries.
totally. So imagine that, man, like a Subway experience while you're watching Barbie. Like that'd be fire.
Dude, I'd love that. You know what I like about that is that I can go, like, low and slow with my footlong, I got 2 hours here, that's, like, an
Oh
inch every
yeah,
10
dude.
minutes, just enjoy it, savor each bite.
That's actually a great idea. You could eat the first half, maybe during the previews. You know what I mean? Get
Mhm,
nice and cozy and toasty before Margot Robbie plops on the screen. And then
mhm.
maybe, once they kind of wind down the movie, it's the ninth inning of the showing. You're like, okay, let's resume this foot long for the drive
Yeah, let's
home.
polish this thing off.
Totally.
That's a good answer, Eric. I like that. My answer was gonna be because looking at this Subway picture and knowing that Subway can now be shrunken down, it can be whatever the opposite of supersized is. It can be
Hmm.
shrinky sized. I think
Hmm.
I would love to see a Subway location at the very back of every single airplane.
Oh shit. Walk me through that. How do you make this a reality? Because I'm
'Kay.
listening.
I think it could fit. I think it could fit, first of all, because just relative to what we just looked at, it could totally fit. They already have, like, a little toaster oveny thing to heat up my 4 cheese ravioli back there, and they
Hmm.
also have, like, a kitchen setup with, like, a sink, so they could theoretically, like, have buckets of vegetables back there too. There's already a line for me, like, people naturally queue there when they wanna use the bathroom. We may have to remove one of the bathrooms in order to have the bread fridge.
Hmm. I love this idea. There's also okay, think about this. A380, right? The big body plane, the two-level upper
Mhm.
decker
Dude, the foot long of
convert.
airplane.
It's quite literally the double meat, double cheese foot long. Huge, right? Convert the
Mhm.
top floor into a full sit-down restaurant with a bar and a lounge.
Oh, dude, that is the Mile High Club we all wanna be a part of.
100%. Wow, think about it. You gotta
Table
book a
for 2.
table. Yeah, you gotta reserve a dinner time, like, time slot. That'd be sick.
Mhm.
You just go up there with your whole family or whatever, your whole goon squad, and fucking break bread, maybe make a
Dude,
sandwich, who knows?
you know what, though? I feel like these planes already exist, and we're outing ourselves as not that rich, that we're just imagining that they're fictional. Like, we're like, "Oh, imagine
Yeah.
if this existed." It already exists, dude. We're just not in that wealth class.
God
We're
damn
not in
it, you're
that
so
tax
right.
bracket.
You're so right. But to be fair, your idea is better because Subway is more of a back of the plane type of restaurant. You know what I mean? It's not
Mhm.
like a first class kind of place. So it
I
makes sense for
I
it to
thought
be at the
about
very
that.
end.
I thought about it was like, maybe it's up by the captain because they gotta eat too, but no, it's the
Yeah.
back of the plane for sure. It's
Hmm.
pedestrian.
Dude, the pilot's walk of shame from the cockpit all the way to the back of the plane, being like, I'm hungry.
Damn.
Poor
You
guy.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Ty, before we wrap, I have a quick hypothetical question that I want to run by you. Maybe you can indulge me on this one. So
Alright.
think about this, Ty. Imagine you could eat at Subway for free whenever you wanted. Okay. This is a dream scenario for many people.
The curse.
Exactly. So you've unlocked this special ability anytime, any place. Doesn't matter if you're homeless, you found yourself down on your luck, you can still go to Subway for shelter and food, no matter what. However, the sandwich, every time you go, has to be randomized. You can't choose it. Okay. It has to be a fully random selection of bread, random number of veggies, and a random assortment of veggies. Everything is completely left to chance, therefore potentially ruining your experience.
Mhm.
Or maybe making it more fun. What are you doing? Are you choosing the option to give away your freedom and creativity for unlimited food? Or are you, going to succumb to the algo?
Right. So the question is, how much do I value the right to choose? Hmm. So this is I have to ask two stipulations, Eric. Do
Okay.
I get to at least choose when I exercise the
No,
opportunity to sandwich?
no,
No?
it's one or the other. It's either you're full sending it or you're gonna always wonder what it's like to how much money you'll be saving.
Okay. What about this? Do I have to finish the sandwich?
This is a good question. So you're thinking you can walk in, order, realize actually fuck that, I don't want to eat this, and then go somewhere else.
Yeah, dude. I think by like the third thing they add to the bread, I'll know whether I'm in or out.
I'm gonna say no. I think you've committed to eating there and you have to eat there.
Dude, you know you're gonna walk in the subway and they're gonna be like, "Welcome back, Ty," and then they're gonna grab a tortilla wrap or the bowl or uh, hopefully not the soup.
Yeah, dude. God forbid they make you a whole grain footlong.
Yeah, I'd rather die. I'm in though. I love this spontaneity of this. I think
Hell
it
yeah.
will unlock doors that I never knew existed, let alone knew I could open.
I love that as well. And I think we've covered this in one of our episodes where we decided that the sandwich can't be that bad ever. You know what I mean? All the ingredients kind of blend together at the end of the day anyway. So, what are the chances you'll have a truly awful experience with a random sandwich?
Hmm. The only risk, though, Eric, is that if you do just get a really bad one, like imagine it's the worst possible combination. You just hit a bad lick, and
Hmm.
you're now like you're turned off Subway completely. The thought of
Mm.
a sandwich from Subway you can no longer stomach. So you've now squandered your superpower. You can't go
Hmm.
back anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Your own ability to fly has given you the ick.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Damn, man. That
So
sucks. That's like being allergic to money and you're a billionaire. That would really be horrible.
yeah, it's kind of similar. Or like when the Incredibles had to like hide that they were superheroes for all those years.
The closeted superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is a tough one. There's also like weird social situations that could arise, like if you go with a group of friends or maybe a date, twisted little date skis. You end
Hmm.
up
That is
getting
twisted.
you end up getting like the meatball wrap, and then she looks at you a little differently for the rest of your life.
Uh, yeah, that's a good point. It is a higher move. Subway would become a very private affair at that point,
Yeah, totally.
unless you're revered for your taste making abilities. The meatball
Hmm.
wrap. How progressive.
Hmm. It'd be kind of like playing American roulette every time you go. Like instead of
Hmm.
being shot in the head like Russian roulette, you're just taking a gut punch.
Dude, I love that American roulette.
Yeah.
I'm either gonna get sick or fat.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. But you know what's actually sick about this? Like, if you are truly like down on your luck, no money left, wife left, my house was foreclosed.
Mhm.
I'm now squatting in a dumpster. And and I have really just nothing left. At least I'll know that I can get the meatball flatbread.
Yeah, that's true.
It's amazing. True, life is beautiful. This is what the
It's
Subway
good.
loyalty program like strives to be, but it just can't.
Yeah, they want you to just when you have nothing else left, you can still turn a Subway, you know? Put your head
Totally, I can
on
use
our
my
pork shoulder.
800,000 points. Yeah. That's a good one. Fuck.